Big game ahead for the Texans. We are on to Kansas City here on SNL. We'll also be on the road this Friday. We're going up north. We're going to BB's. We'll see you there. This happy hour is pretty intense, I see. We'll be there not just this Friday, but 2 Fridays after that, the 19th, out there in Kingwood. We'll be there at 3. We'll be live at 4. We'll hang out with you. They got pretty impressive happy hour. So join us. People wanting us to go up north. We'll be up there this Friday and the 19th. We'll be back at Spanky's next Friday and the 2nd. So a lot of road games for SNL and a big road game for the Texans this week, as big as it gets in Kansas City Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs.
Yeah, we love getting out about, and we love previewing big matchups like this with you out and about. So it's going to be a fun one out there at BB's, and you nailed it, man. This is a huge one, and you look at where you can be and where the Chiefs would be after this one. You have an incredible opportunity, not just for where the Texans want to go, but to kind of exercise a little bit of a demon from last year, because they were definitely in your way last year and they just had enough. And if you have enough this time, you do a huge service to the rest of the AFC in trying to keep them out of the playoffs.
I think there's two ways to look at this game and just how big it is. And I think if you're going to get literal and you're going to, like the people who say, well, this isn't a must win until you have to win, those losers, ignore them. But this is a win and get in. And this is a improve your situation and significantly increase your chances of doing some damage when you get in, because you eliminate a team that's been in every AFC championship game since 2018. You eliminate a team that has one of the best quarterbacks of all time, a team that's still very dangerous no matter how you feel about it. You go to their place, you put their backs against the wall, and you significantly increase your chances of getting into the playoffs, which I think you can lay out, Cody. So that's the thing. It's win, and you're pretty much in, and it's win, and you're basically setting the table to be able to eat once the playoffs come around.
Yeah, because if you look at who you would be playing in the playoffs, you played Denver close without your starting quarterback for 3/4 of the game. You're going to have a chance to show what you can do against the Chargers if they make it. You beat Baltimore. They didn't have Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson doesn't look good right now. And, I think your explanation that there's 2 superpowers in the playoff hunt in the AFC, the Texans defense and Mahomes. Well, if you get Mahomes out of there, you're going to walk into the playoffs with the only superpower on the in the setup. So, and you mentioned it, a win for the Texans, 85% chance to make the playoffs according to the Athletics playoff simulator. 85%. It's almost a damn guarantee at that point. Now, a loss, it doesn't hurt you as bad, but there's a big difference, obviously. 46%, though, you could live with it, and you could certainly make something happen with that. You look at Kansas City, Landry, with a win, they only go to 51%. And with a loss, an 11% chance to make the playoffs. Like the dirt is in the shovel. You've just got to go and put the dirt in the hole. Like, you've got to finish the Kansas City Chiefs off with this matchup and keep them out of the playoffs. And not only that, when you beat the Chiefs, regardless of what version they are, because they've always had Mahomes, when you beat the Chiefs, it just means a little bit more than beating some of these other teams on the schedule. They're the defending champs. They're in basically every game. They'll probably be in this game, but you hold on, you beat them, it means a little bit more than some of those other wins on the schedule. And then, as you pointed out, you basically send them home from the playoff chances.
Yeah, and you eliminate that. And I just think the mental, as you just said, I just think the mental, I don't know if it's a hurdle. I don't know what it is, but I mean, if you look at this team, this is a young Texans team, and these guys, since they were 17, like the true core players of this team, since they were 17 years old, Kansas City has been on the biggest stage. Like, they're in the highest peak of their football dreams. Like CJ Stroud, when Patrick Mahomes started doing his thing, CJ Stroud right now is 23, 24. He was like 17 years old. So 16 years old. That's when you're starting to wonder, okay, and you're looking to these guys. If you're able to go to their place and beat them, regardless of what they are or what you think they are, or whether they're a shell of themselves, I think just mentally that propels you. I also think, based on how wide open the AFC is, which is something that's been well documented, that we've spoken a lot of, I just think it lays out a much clearer path for you. And let's just be honest. Like it also gives you a little bit, I don't want to say breathing room. I don't want to say the Texans take their foot off the gas, but it gives you some breathing room to where if you get to week 18 or something like that, and let's say that Woody Marks or Dalton Schultz need some rest, maybe they get some rest and maybe you get to ice up a little bit and get ready for the playoffs. And that's the other thing about it. And you'll also have a real clear picture of what your situation is and what the layout is. And if you look at the final 4 games of the season, you have 2 games that you definitely feel you should win. And then you have the Chargers, quarterback has a broken hand, and you have the Colts, quarterback has a broken fibula. I mean, my God, like the Kansas City Chiefs right now are banged up, but they might actually be the most healthy team that you have remaining on your schedule if you really look at it. I know I'm not even really looking that closely at the Raiders, but you look at the Cardinals, their starting quarterback's out. They have a lot of injuries. You look at the Chargers, we already mentioned quarterback has broken hand, offensive line, basically a practice squad offensive line, and then the Colts, broken fibula, Sauce Gardner hurt. It's laid out perfectly for you. This is your big test. This is your big opportunity. You can't minimize it. It's on the biggest stage. It's just the season's still alive if you don't win, but if you do win, it's time to get greedy.
Yeah, the Raiders' injury is that they're the Raiders. That's their injury that they're dealing with. Yeah, it builds. Look, I think confidence continues to build. Like this team feels, certainly with the defense, an incredible level of confidence. If you win this game against Kansas City, we talked about it a few times here in the past few weeks. You left style points at the door a long time ago with this squad. Just get out of Kansas City with that victory however you need to, and you continue to build that confidence that, hey, we're in these close games and we can win these close games. I don't know that they felt that early on in the season, evidenced by the fact that Seattle got away from them, evidenced by the fact that Denver got away from them, and certainly those first 3 games of the year. But they've won some of these close games. Mills with the big comeback. They hold on against the Tennessee Titans and then ultimately get the score at the end. And then you've got obviously what happened against the Colts where you kept them out of the end zone. When if they put it in the end zone, they go ahead and they probably win that football game. You kept them out of the end zone. So they're continuing to build confidence. You do it against Mahomes and Reed in Kansas City Sunday Night Football. Another huge brick in the confidence building.
Yeah, it's pivotal. And, you know, I don't think it's like gimmicky where I remember 2019 when the Texans beat the Patriots, and I remember Vandermeer's final call because I had some fun with it on the radio. It was like, down goes Goliath. It's like, man, they're not Goliath anymore. Like, let's be serious. Like, it's not quite that. But I do think this is still, I think for me, this is just me. I fear the Chiefs more than I fear any other team in the playoff picture. Don't ask me why. I fear the Chiefs just more. Like, they look dead against the Colts. Like, say what you want. The Cowboys got the best of them the other day, and the Cowboys offense, I don't even think you can treat this Cowboys team right now, and I'm not trying to make this like a Cowboys discussion, but I don't think you can treat it like the team that started the season because they've made some trades, and it's like a completely different team now than it was. So, you know, that's really not as frowned upon of a loss as you would think. But if you go back to that Colts game, the Chiefs looked dead, and they were able to start, and maybe this was where Daniel Jones started getting injured, but they held him to 5 straight 3-and-outs. They somehow found a way to win the game. I think at one point they were 8-1 in the live wagering. If you wanted to bet on the Chiefs, at one point they were 8-1. So if you put $100, you win $800. That's how much of a long shot they were at one point. They end up winning. So they still know how to win. They still know how to do the thing, and they have that pedigree. They're going to be rested, a little bit depleted, but I'm with you, man. This is as fun of a regular season game, and I think it's as significant of a regular season game for DeMeco Ryans as he's had. You're not going to be able to say this is bigger than week 18 of 2023. Like, that would be weird because that was a legit win or get in game against a division opponent, division rival. And it was your chance to win your first division title with the new coach and the new quarterback. So you're not going to be able to say it's that bigger, but I think it could be more significant because that game they won. You knew the Texans pretty much, you were playing with house money, like whether they won the playoff game or not, and they ended up winning it. but you're pretty much playing with house money where you knew that they weren't going to make a run. Like they weren't going to make like a significant run at that point. You were a young team and you were ahead of schedule. If you win this game, it might not be a quote win or get in, but again, pull up those odds again. 85% to get into playoffs if you win. And then the Chiefs, 11%. So whether you think that's the biggest threat or not, and you are a contender with your superpower and with what the rest of the AFC currently looks like. So this win, it might not be the biggest, but it would definitely be in the conversation of the biggest. And it's definitely potentially the most impactful regular season game early in the D'Amico CJ Stroud era.
I would also go as far as I don't believe this is going to happen, but if you went to Sunday Night Football and you really handed it to the Chiefs, which does not happen very often, they've lost 3 of their last 4.
Greedy now, brother.
But in the losses, like they've hung around. Like the Cowboys had to finish them off, the Bills had to finish them off, and the Broncos had to go kick a field goal with time expiring to beat them. Like that's a statement because nobody really does that to the Chiefs. At the same time, hey, you get out of there with the win, all the good stuff we've said. So, again, continue to build the confidence, continue to build who you are, and then a potential to make a statement within the AFC landscape even more so than what you already have.
Yes, it's a massive opportunity. Let's go to the chat real quick. Colston 6022 says, "Hey, Landry,
Charles,
that's Big Chuck. Big Chuck. Hey, Landry and Cody. Hope y'all are having a great day. Hope you're having a good day, man. Maybe this is 2 days off. I know he's got damn near a nurse schedule. He drives around. So shout out to Big Chuck.
Appreciate you.
Travel and food with Malik. He says, I'd want to debate this with Landry live. Kaylee is improving because you don't have long drives without proper play designs. Ryan's influences lots of decisions, including 4th down, tight end sneak, and bad 2-minute offense. Tex dub. Yeah, I don't know that we need to debate it. I think you can have long drives without proper play designs. I would disagree with that. I think you definitely can, especially if your quarterback's making plays on 3rd down, a lot of which are just him doing his thing. So I don't know that I can 100% unequivocally say that Nick Caley is improving. I don't necessarily see that. I don't know anything that really backs that out. And I don't subscribe to the theory that it's just impossible to have long drives without proper play design. So that would be our disagreement. I'm with you on the D'Amico maybe influencing 4th down and 2-minute offense. I think that's something that we might need to get to the bottom of for the remainder of the week. Like when D'Amico comes out and says, I like the push we had on 3rd down, so I said run it back on 4th. I can agree with you on that. I don't know what to make at the end of first half, especially when you have 41 seconds between the first play, which was a positive play, and the second play, and then 22 seconds from play 2 to 3. So I get what you're saying. I just disagree that it's impossible to have long drives without proper play design.
He wanted to debate you. I'm not weighing in on this.
I mean, do you think Nick Caley's improving?
No, I think Nick Caley has some nice moments, but I think Nick Caley still doesn't do enough as the offensive coordinator. And part of the reason I'm sure D'Amico Ryan sticks his finger into the offense is because of Nick Caley's failures as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I would say, like, to see the significant improvement, I disagree with that. I don't really
go consistently score in the red zone and let's have a conversation then.
Yeah.
Don't run 8 plays in the red zone and get nothing out of it or get a field goal out of it, and let's have a conversation.
Yeah, and I always get a kick out of this, and I can see that there's like there's some fake film guys in the chat. SP says that the team shoots themselves in the foot with penalties. I think there's a give or take with that. I think I kind of roll my eyes when I hear that, because I also see where the last game CJ Stroud is bailing you out on 3rd and whatever, long-ish. So I think there's kind of a give or take there where you don't, if a quarterback and a receiver make a play despite the play call, I think the shoots themselves in the foot with penalties. I just don't, I think it's a one-sided way of looking at it. That's just where I'm at. I don't see like a ton of improvement with Nick Caley.
No, it's not. I mean, it's certainly not to a level where you're confident in him.
Yeah, I think there's a trade-off, because I think a lot of times coaches will say stuff like, "Oh, we shot ourselves in the foot with penalties." Well, what about when CJ Stroud avoided 3 sacks, rolled out, bought time, found Dalton Schultz? Like, what about that? I think a lot of times penalties can be an excuse. I think they happen. So, yeah, I don't see a ton of improvement. I am, though, Stoots, and we talked about this yesterday. I am wondering, like, is D'Amico Ryan saying run the same play? And I think this is the question. Like, is he, like, when he says, I like the push, so we got to do it again, is he telling Nick Caley, get me a yard, or is he telling Nick Caley, hey, run the behind Laken Tomlinson again, which we'll talk about Laken Tomlinson, pour one out for him. You can notice he's been crying because his guy's gone, Laken Tomlinson.
Yeah, right.
But we'll talk about that. But also, like, hey, run the Stover sneak again. So I do wonder if there's an element of that with D'Amico, especially based on what he said.
I would be very interested to hear the headset conversation, not only from that moment, but when D'Amico Ryans does have something to say for the offense. It's one thing to say, get me a yard. It's another thing to say, run the same damn thing.
Yeah, and we don't know what he did or didn't say, but I do find that interesting. The other thing is, like,
it's like, if it, like, honestly, I kind of would have, I would not have loved if he walked over to Nick Caley and just said, hey, Kales, give me a yard. Like, I wouldn't have loved that. Kick the field goal, go up by 7. But I would have liked that better than walking over to Nick Caley and saying, do that Stover shove again.
Yeah, and the other thing, and this is something that we all deal with, whether we're analyzing it or talking about it or whatever. And this is like the entire the fans and the media. So I'm not separating myself from it, but it is always, when you're talking about offensive coordinators, there's obviously a gray area. There's no one thing set in stone, but it does sometimes feel like coaches separate themselves from penalties.
Sure.
Like, D'Amico Ryan's teams get penalized a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of a thing. Like, and I think there can be a trade-off. It's like when we talk about CJ Stroud and we talk about it's unfair to completely judge the pressure, because a lot of times guys like CJ Stroud that are capable of extending plays, a lot of times they're holding on to the ball, and sometimes it's just a trade-off, the good with the bad. That can be the case with D'Amico Ryans and penalties, but sometimes it feels like coaches absolve themselves from penalties, and it's like, well, how much of that is your fault? How much is that based on your teaching and everything? So it's always a gray area with penalties that we've talked about this with D'Amico, but I don't think you're ever going to have a D'Amico Ryans football team where there aren't a lot of penalties.
Sure, I tend to agree with you, and some of them are a little bit easier to handle than others. Lining up incorrectly twice, and one of them wiping away the only time you decided to throw the football to Christian Kirk and he got 22 yards. That's annoying as hell. Like, it's week 14. You can't be lining up in the wrong spot and covering up or not covering up. Like,
here's the other thing about it. Like, I could understand that happening early in the process. If you're lining up heavy for the first time, I think this team might line up heavy more than anyone in the league.
They do. They have the highest jumbo rate of anybody.
Exactly. So you are the team that should know most not to cover up the guy that checks in eligible. That's probably a thing. On the chat, Golden Scholar says the problem is Spagnuolo knows how to run circles around incompetent OCs. Spagnuolo versus Caley is a scary proposition, I will say.
Sure.
Derek says, hey, Landry, I'm showing Ohio, enjoying the show. Shout out to all the truck drivers. Yeah, shout out to all the truck drivers out there doing their thing.
Absolutely.
And the farmers. Didn't know my grandpa had a farm, just so y'all know.
Yeah, your grandpa, farmer you like. Cade Stover, farmer you dislike.
I like Cade Stover. What are you talking about? I love Cade Stover.
Okay, let's rewind to 2 Mondays ago.
I don't like the first play being run for Cade Stover, and I don't like calling him Farmer Gronk. He's damn sure not Farmer Gronk. Let's stop that.
Well, he's not Farmer Harrison Bryant either, damn it.
It's Farmer Taysom Hill, according to Nick Caley. No matter. Taysom Hill.
Farmer Brigham.
Farmer Taysom Hill. At Nomad Scott says multiple players misaligned on several plays is not an individual player problem, and Kaylee's red zone offense is slow at second half scoring.
Yeah, the red zone stuff, and I know there's been a
red zone offense is slow at second half scoring. That's a good analogy. That's a guy who consumes a lot of Texans football.
Oh yeah. I saw Scott last night at the Taste of the Texans.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. There was some good food out there.
What was the shittiest food you had? I don't want to ask the best. What was the shittiest? Give me rank the 3 shittiest things you ate. Go ahead.
I don't recall who it was, but I was walking around with Rafi from Craft Pita, and someone did a chicken skewer, and he goes, "Huh, they did the same thing as me." It was not as good as Craft Pita's.
Now the next crappiest.
There was a cookie that was a banana pudding cheesecake cookie.
No thanks.
And it didn't taste like any of those things. It didn't taste like banana pudding, cheesecake, or a cookie. I was just like, what is this? And then I tried one of like the new Modelo like seltzers. That was not good.
Modelo's trying to make seltzer.
It was like a fruity Modelo drink or something. Like it wasn't like I took like a couple sips and I went to the other Modelo bar and got a regular Modelo. I don't
even know that I want lime with Modelo. Like I want lime with Corona and Dos Equis, but I don't even know that I want a lime with a Modelo.
Yeah, it was like they have
Modelo's got a strong Modelo. I like Modelo, but I just don't know that I need any flavored Modelo.
Spiked aguas frescas, I believe is what they're called.
Yeah, let's get out of that.
So I was not a big fan of that.
Yeah, let's get out of that.
I was not a big fan of that. There was some good food out there. And then I think they raised a lot of money for the Houston Texans Foundation and such.
Was were all the players there and stuff eating?
So I saw a few players. I guess Graham Mertz started whipping it up behind an espresso counter at one point. It's like, okay. And then he started like serving people espresso at one of the booths that was an espresso booth.
Mm-hmm.
And then Aaron Wilson was live streaming in the lobby.
Hey, bro, Alpha Aaron here.
How'd that go?
I said, hey. And then he was like, hey. So I was like, hey, what's up, Aaron? He's like, hey, did you have the red velvet cheesecake? It's like, yeah, it's pretty good. He goes, that was Ursari's favorite. I said, all right, great.
It can't just be normal, man. It's always got to include someone else. That was Ursari's favorite, bro. That was still my favorite moment. My favorite Alpha Aaron moment of 2025, Monday. When
haircut.
Dude says he gets a haircut, and Aaron's like, yeah, there's a guy who cuts all the players' hair. It's like, man, my man just got a haircut, dude.
But no, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Houston Misfortune. You can tell he's a big listener. He says Trent Brown wasn't eating, I bet. Is that true?
I have relayed Trent Brown's comments to multiple people, and not a lot of people believe Trent Brown.
Yeah.
I don't really eat that much.
This guy neither. Yeah, I do not. Don't tell him I said that, though. So speaking of the offensive line, man, we'll get to some Texans questions. We got to pour one out here, though. Cody's favorite Houston Texan of all time.
What are you doing? The people don't even believe this bullshit when you say it.
Laken Tomlinson is gone. He's been waived. He's been inactive the last 2 weeks, and he is officially no longer with us.
See ya. I mean, it was pretty apparent pretty quick into the season that Laken Tomlinson was not going to be the guy that you needed to be playing at left guard.
He was, and we talked about this a lot in the offseason. Like, I never really thought that he would be great. I thought he would be perhaps a good mentor. I thought perhaps there was value in the mentorship, which may have been the case. He was very professional. He was a nice guy. He did what the team asked. So I do want to make that very clear. Usually when you say this, there's going to be something bad afterwards. So this is no different. But yeah, he was the ultimate professional and all that. But the fascinating thing about Laken Tomlinson when they first signed him, and we talked about this, and I've pulled up the graphic 100 times, I think, between here and in the locker room. Monday through Friday, 10:30. He started like every game the last 8 seasons, literally, despite the fact every fan base and every media that he used to play for insisted that he stunk. So that's got to say something. Like that's got to say something for just the type of professional and maximizing his potential Laken Tomlinson is. So that was the initial reaction when they brought him in was, damn, everyone thinks he stinks. Okay, let's look it up. And then you see that he's starting all but one game since 2017, I think, or something crazy like that. And it's like, okay, well, that's weird.
Yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, he started 50 straight games before he arrived at the Texans. I mean, I think more than that, but at least 50 straight games before he arrived at the Texans over the course of 7 different seasons with 3 different teams. So it's like the guy had something at some point.
Well, or there's just like, even if he's not good, he's able to still play. I don't. It's the craziest thing that I've
since 2023. He has not been a good football player. Like, he was not good the final year with the Jets. Seattle fans hated him, and then the Texans tried to add him as one of their bargain solutions. And it did not work out.
This is since 2017. This is how many games he started since 2017. I'm going to go year by year. 15, 16, 16, 16, 17, 17, 17, 17. That's from 2017 to now. 15, 16, 16, 16, 17, 17, 17, 17. He started every game the 4 season, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7 seasons before he got in Houston. He started literally every game, and the 8 seasons before he started all but one. And everyone thought he stunk. It was crazy. And then you look at when he got here, and this is the weirdest thing when you think about it this way. So when he got here, he was really the only unquestioned starter on the team because there was competition at left tackle with Robinson and Ursery going back and forth. We didn't know who the center was necessarily going to be, although it appeared it was going to be Andrews. We had clues, but we wondered, like, does Jared Patterson have a chance? At right guard, we had Titus Howard, we figured, but we didn't know if he was going to be the right tackle. So it was between, and then Laken Tomlinson was the starting guard. Then we get into the season. He struggles. He gets benched. Juice Scruggs starts 2 games. And then he goes from getting benched to rotating. Mm-hmm. Then he gets benched again. Then he's inactive. And then he's waived. Like, it was crazy. It was a crazy path with Laken Tomlinson. It was a crazy layout before he got here. And it was a crazy path when you look at just what it was like in Laken Tomlinson's 12 games with the Texans.
To have played every game for 7 straight seasons and then go through that was probably very annoying for him.
Start every game for 7 straight seasons and start all but one for 8.
Yeah. So to have started that much and then get to Houston and have to deal with that, probably not fun for him.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you this. God, this might be a 5-hour episode if he has to list all these with how much he liked him.
Where is this character assassination coming from?
What was your favorite Laken Tomlinson moment?
When Kunkel showed up randomly one day and was pressing him on why he's rotating with Juice Scruggs.
Who's this elf? Who's this blonde elf questioning me and grilling me?
And Tomlinson's like, I don't think I understand what you're asking. It's my job.
Kunkel showed up with his reporter hat on with Laken, man.
Yeah, and then it was I mean, that was, he did not have great answers. Juice didn't have great answers. It wasn't a great situation that they were in. The coaching staff had bad answers about it. Like, that feels like another universe because they're actually like acceptable offensive line now. But there was a time this year where they were rotating left guards, and we wondered aloud, at least I did, if they should add a third guard to the rotation or they should rotate at other positions to improve the chances that those get better. But yeah, that was probably like him trying to explain why he's rotating with Juice Scruggs was probably my favorite and the most memorable.
It was crazy. I'll give you mine in a sec. I think it's pretty obvious, but we'll talk about it in a sec. First, I want to talk about my feet. The older you get, the more sensitive your feet get. And I got to tell you, Brunt workwear, at first I was like, okay, what are these things working with? But I got the Omens because I'm not really outside working like a lot of people. But I do like to walk, and I do like to have my feet protected and nice and comfortable. And the Omen boots are the most comfortable boots that I've worn. I walked around Vegas 20 miles in them, and it was more comfortable than any shoes. They hold up nicely. They look great. That is my boot of choice. If you're someone who likes to have a nice pair of winter boots and likes to feel comfortable, get them on. You don't even have to really bend over to take them off. They slide on that easily, and they're very firm. So the Omen is my boot of choice. You can get $10 off at Brunt with the code S&L. We've already had some viewers do that, but that's my preference. Cody has a different preference.
Yeah, I got the Marin. It's waterproof, and they got a couple of different versions of them. You know, if you need a different style of toe or a different type of toe, and mine are waterproof. And you know what? It was nasty and rainy and cold yesterday, and I threw those suckers on when I was going to Texans, and I got out and I was talking to one of the camera guys for the TV station. Immediately he goes, "Dude, where did you get those?" And I said, "Oh, these are my Brunt boots." He's like, "They look comfortable." He goes, "Are those waterproof?" I go, "Yeah, they are." He's like, "Perfect day to wear them." So usually I'm always trying to, dive over a puddle, this and that. Not with my Brunt boots. They are fantastic. Did some work in the yard, putting up Mama Stoots' Christmas decorations on Sunday night. It was wet and cold, but I was nice and warm and comfortable in my Brunt boots. And like Landry said, get $10 off your Brunt boots, your whole order. They got fantastic workwear there as well. The code S&L, and the links in the description down below.
Yep. Shout out to the greatness that is Brunt workwear. So my favorite Laken Tomlinson moment was when he got benched for 2 weeks. They won 2 games. And then when they came back Monday night against Seattle, they decided to run behind him in the left guard rotation on 3rd and 4th down. That was crazy. Of all the crazy things, and it's a crazy layout to Laken Tomlinson. I actually think he deserves credit for maximizing his ability. Truly deserves credit for that. But that was wild. It was very, very flabbergasting at the time, but I think we can look back and laugh now that they figured it out. And I will say this: would Laken Tomlinson have remained a starter with Chris Strausser or the 2024 Texans mindset? I think that's another way to kind of look at this. Is Shaq Mason was a starter no matter what, and they brought him back in, and we thought it was kind of Shaq Mason-ish, the fact that they brought Laken Tomlinson back in. But I will say, this is not Shaq Mason-like handling, despite them being at similar points in their career. I think Shaq Mason was on the final stretch of his career. Laken Tomlinson's on the final stretch of his. Laken Tomlinson, I think, was a better influence than Shaq Mason. But I will say, at the very least, we got to give Cole Popovich some credit. Good handling of the offensive line.
Yeah, well, hold on. Do you give the arsonist credit for being the firefighter?
Did he light the fire and put out the fire? That's my question. Did he light the fire and put out the fire?
That's the thing is they do, compared to last year, they deserve a tremendous amount of credit because they have not just said, we'll just be bad and we'll just keep doing the same thing. They have tried as many things as they've needed to until they figured something out, and then they have figured out something that seems to have worked. So I do believe they do deserve a little bit of credit for that. And, I saw some people doing some play cut-ups about like, hey, this is a play that crushed the Texans offensive line earlier this year, and now they're actually blocking it. And so it's like, okay, like they do deserve credit for trying as many things until they can get it right. They just tried some goofy stuff on the way to figuring it out.
The whole Laken Tomlinson was goofy, but at least they ended it. And they ended it during a very crucial stretch where they're right where they need to be. Now, are they going to come out and say he wanted more playing time? Just like Cam Robinson? Don't know.
I mean, is there some team that's going to get that's going to grab him and throw him into the mix? Do you see well, it's similar? You see, Adam Thielen got released by the Vikings and
He's a Steeler now. Good for
Oh,
him.
he hoped to catch on with a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, well, he didn't.
And then the Steelers picked him up on waivers.
Yeah, well, he didn't.
Have fun in Pittsburgh, bud.
Well, they were probably trying to block him from someone, right? Are they trying to like block him from Baltimore or something? I mean, there's got to be like some sort of gamesmanship there.
Maybe. Yeah, you're actually, now that you say that, it's probably.
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to let you just go anywhere, so you can come here and help and figure that out. On the chat, Risque Barber says, if Trent Brown eats a full rotisserie chicken on the sideline and the opposing pass rush pauses to watch, does that count as a forced pressure? By the way, is there a better value in food than the rotisserie chicken? Like the grocery store rotisserie chicken, like with all these like meal deals that you see on fast food and all that type of stuff, like is there a better value, like food value than the grocery store rotisserie chicken? There's debates that Boston Market, like when they used to run that space, the grocery stores basically screwed them because they took over the rotisserie chicken, and also Boston Market tried to do too much instead of keeping it simple. But there's like debates that they single-handedly like just bitch slap Boston Market, but I don't think there's a better value. Can you bring anything even to the ring?
I don't think I can. It sits in a class all its own, especially if you're at like one of the places where it's like they're special, like they have it as a specialty piece of what they do, like Costco's rotisserie chicken.
Ooh,
like
that's like a big ass chicken too.
Consistency on taste and price. Even, some places have maybe smudged the price a little bit, but even then, just for
they'll fudge it up to like, but it's never going above 10.
No,
it's never going above 10. If you get up to 9, maybe a little bit, but like HEB has like the lemon pepper, the barbecue, and the garlic parmesan. But even like the versatility of it, like if you just chop it up and then you like use it for salads during the week, you can use it on tacos and stuff. Like the rotisserie chicken, like when it comes to, and it's healthy too. Like that's the other thing. It's like good value and it's kind of healthy. It's crazy.
You can, I mean, you're halfway to chicken noodle soup too. If you pick up one of those, throw the bones in some stock and get your noodles, drop the chicken in there after you serve it up. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah.
The chicken goes crazy.
I actually feel like if Boston Market just went hard back into the rotisserie chickens, they might have a shot.
Boston Market, I always was a fan. They just started doing a little too much, and it's hard to drive through. But go ahead.
There's not that many Boston Markets left, but if you told me
14,
if you told me that a rotisserie chicken delivered to my door hot was 15 minutes away and it cost me less than $10, I'd do it.
I used to eat Boston Market every week because they had a Friday special where it was buy one get one. Ooh. So you could just get a meal and just throw it in the fridge.
Oh, why would you do that? Why would you just eat both meals?
Well, it just depends what you're trying to do.
Okay.
You can go through the line twice. Josh Arnold Y 6833. Will we likely pay CJ and Will Anderson Jr. in 26, or is there a scenario where they pay Will and CJ in 27 to save some 26 cap? I don't know how they're going to handle that. I don't know that CJ really, like, the extension right now would make sense for him. I don't know.
I wouldn't pay CJ right now.
It's a good question. I don't know. I'm sure they're going to try to get creative with it, but is there a scenario? Sure. Yeah. The answer would be, yeah, there is. I could see them splitting it up though.
Yes. Well, they need to split it up because I would say CJ, you shouldn't give him a new contract right now.
Yeah.
So they need to split it up. And I mean, the conversation's always like, what's the benefit of waiting? I feel like you have a pretty good idea. Will Anderson's good at what he does right now, and probably he's going to be worth the money. And the price of doing business just goes up with a guy like him. Like I know that most of the pass rushers in the same time frame as him have already been paid, but it's just going to get more expensive. Like it's not, you don't save any money long term by waiting. CJ, you need to wait to make sure he's worth the money.
Unless he's willing to take like some sort of like Brock Purdy type deal. I mean, I think you could do that. I don't know that that's what he's going to do. Who knows? Xavier says, do y'all like the bend over Stover play, just not back to back. Cody, seemed like you were liking the bend over Stover play.
We can't call it the bend over Stover play.
I like it. I think it's appropriate too.
I think on the collective, Reggie call it the stove dozer. That's pretty good. I don't dislike the play. If they're afraid to run a quarterback sneak now because the quarterback got a concussion, they need to have something that can mimic it. I'm interested to find out how they landed on Stover doing it. Like that's a unique kind of weird approach to end up with him doing it, but okay. And they should not have run it back to back. No, I like it though. I like it. Okay.
Evan says Jalen Knoll needs more snaps. Yeah, we agree,
buddy. We've
been fighting that one for a while. Sorry,
you were preaching to the choir, my friend.
Evan says also message to all Texan defense: Barry Mahomes.
That guy. He's never out of a game. That crazy like sidearm diving throw that he made in the Cowboys game,
falling down.
Like what? How does he do stuff like this? Like,
yeah, and he's running a lot now too.
Yeah. He's never out of it.
ESG Soccer says these chickens are loss leaders. Going hard into chicken game is a recipe for failure. This is a JCU level take. Uncommon chicken fraudulence.
Okay, so Boston Market should just keep doing what they're doing and just fail. ESG.
He says going hard into the chicken is a recipe for failure.
Yeah, that was my idea for Boston Market. Just go back to the rotisserie chickens and start delivering them to people.
It's too late. But going into chicken is a recipe for success. Although Boston Market, like the turkey was pretty good, the sandwiches was just too much. Ain't no one getting no sandwich there, brother. No. But the meatloaf was good. But
chicken as a whole is a pretty crowded space, though. I feel like everybody's got chicken something.
I like Cane's is dominant. Chick-fil-A is dominant. Like the two most dominant fast food places right now. We put McDonald's in a category in themselves and Taco Bell, but like the two most dominant, like chicken.
Yeah.
Most consistent too.
But that is fried chicken. Rotisserie chicken is a whole different category.
Landry and Stoots also have a blessed day. You have a blessed day too, my friend. We hope to see you, by the way, at BB's. If you didn't know, we're going to be there this Friday out there in Kingwood. And I was looking at the happy hour menu. I'm trying to see, just to give you an idea of what they're working with at the happy hour. So we look at this. Let's increase the size a little bit. So we have regular frozens for $5. That's dangerous. Glass of white or red wine. How about that? That's $5. Draft beer is $2 off. Domestic bottles are $3. Import bottles are $4. Half a pound of hot and spicy shrimp is $9. Chips and queso is $6. Boudin nachos are $8. Buffalo bites are $6. And then here we go. Dozen raw oysters half off. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun when we get out to BB's in Kingwood this Friday. So make sure you come out and get there, and we're gonna be in a good setup, good spot there. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and maybe have to get me one of them frozens.
Do you even happy hour? Do you even eat oysters?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I sat, dude. This is a typical. Oh yeah, of course you did, Cody.
Here we go.
I was sitting at I don't remember which one it was. One of the restaurants in Galveston. Me and two other buddies were sitting out there on the patio on just like a really nice spring day, and they had an oyster special for lunch. And we ate so many oysters that the chef came out and he was like, I thought the staff was playing a prank on me. And I thought they were just putting in more oyster orders and like setting them aside. Because I didn't think anybody could eat this many oysters. So I was like, yeah, no, it's us. He's like, well, all right. Well, I'll keep making them.
The Rhino says, I think you mean Brownwood. I kept saying Brownwood yesterday on the night stream.
High-grade marijuana called Kush on the streets.
That's on me. Kingwood.
Brownwood. Isn't there a place up near Lubbock that's a Brownwood?
Yes, I kept saying Brownwood, Kingwood. Okay, Brownwood. I don't know what I was thinking. Shrill Kick X762 says D. Henry said Petrie's the hardest hitter in the NFL. Is he the hardest hitter on the team?
Well, let's ask Trevor Lawrence.
I think Lassiter hits harder.
Lassiter does thump people, man.
Yeah, I D. Henry said that. That's great. That's interesting. He would know better than me, but I feel like Lassiter hits pretty hard.
Petrie hitting that offensive lineman last year in Dallas on Monday Night Football is one of my favorite plays he's ever made.
I am glad he's wearing the Guardian cap now.
Maybe he's going to make it cool.
He's Toad. I'm going to call him Toad from now on. Toad. Yeah, that's serious. I'm not using the name Petrie anymore, folks. He is Toad. Where was Toad in your rotation of Mario Kart? Was he an option? Was it like what was your who were you thinking?
I was either Toad or Bowser.
Toad or Bowser?
Yep, no in between.
Never Princess. I don't feel like too many people were Princess.
And we're talking about Mario Kart 64. That's the last one you played. Yeah. They've got like 100 characters now. And
No. We're going traditional.
Yeah.
Mario was probably he was near the bottom, but I would say probably Toad. And then Bowser and Luigi were the top three.
Luigi
was a nice change up, a little bit of green.
If you wanted green, you go Yoshi.
Yoshi just didn't strike. The vibe of Yoshi just didn't work too much. Like he didn't, even when you played him in the video game, like it didn't seem like he was very like nimble or fluid. Like Luigi was faster. Mario's like a little stronger. Like Mario's brick power, like when he jumps up and hits the brick, he hits it harder than Luigi. Luigi's kind of like just to get the job done. But Mario's power through the brick and his power through like when you're breaking the brick Luigi was a little bit stronger. But Yoshi just didn't have anything. He didn't really have any good skills.
You as a tall guy being a Luigi fan is not a surprise to me.
Was Luigi tall?
Luigi's taller than Mario.
Okay, so that's why he was more nimble, and that's why Mario was more powerful. Okay,
yeah,
it makes sense. Okay, because that's just the scouting eye in me. I don't know. Princess worthless.
I did sneak in a Wario every now and then.
Common sense says, "Who are we at risk of losing in the offseason?" Damn, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I thought we were enjoying the ride here. Common sense. By the way,
can the parade finish before you start worrying about the offseason, man?
By the way, if you want to get to the offseason, we got some big news for you. We have booked our trips to Indianapolis.
Yep.
So all you draft nerds, and that's in February. That's a couple months and change away. So we have booked our trips to the NFL Combine. We will be broadcasting live, and get ready for that draft party. I know a lot of you people might not be at BB's this week, and I do mean you people. You may not be at Spanky's one of the 2 times we're there in the next month, but get ready for the draft party. It's going to be crazy. We got you covered.
Yeah, we are going to have a huge party on April 25th, 2026. So go ahead and put it on your calendars. Don't make any plans for that weekend. 3rd day of the 2026 NFL Draft, we're going to all get together and have a damn party.
All right, so Christian Kirk's gone for sure.
Yes.
That's one. He's gone. Joe Mixon's probably gone, although he hasn't played all season long. Nick Chubb's gone. The offensive line, I mean, we knew Tomlinson was gone. He's officially gone. There might be some like increases. Titus Howard, they're going to have to figure out what to do with the way that they structured that contract. So you have to figure that out.
Got to figure out Ed Ingram.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's just a bye-bye. Let someone overpay. Who knows?
Trent.
And then Trent Brown, he's older. So there's that. But I mean, they have a relatively young core. Now it's going to get a lot tougher the 2 years after, but
yeah.
Daryl
Taylor, see ya.
Who? ESG Soccer says every rotisserie chicken loses money per unit. Bad business model to make it in your main business. I expected more from Seuss. I don't believe that.
So I think he's referencing specifically a Costco.
Yeah, Costco, but Costco takes L's with hot dogs and all. Costco takes intentional L's because they're not worried about it. But that's not everywhere. That's just Costco. Yeah, I've heard the Costco.
And again, my idea was not to sell you rotisserie chicken at Costco prices. My idea was to mark it up a little bit and get it delivered to you from Boston Market. That's my idea. I think it's a good idea. I'm not trying to take it to Shark Tank, but I think it's a worthwhile pivot for Boston market because what they're doing now is just going to lead to the last 18 stores closing.
I'm out. Evan McKinley says, Henry To'oTo'o smoked Jonathan Taylor, talking about hard hit. Yeah, Henry To'oTo'o will whiff, and sometimes he'll just lay the wood. He got the penalty on Mahomes last time, right? The questionable one, the last time the Texans were in KC.
Will also had like the phantom one.
Yeah.
Jake Henry smacked Puka Nacua pretty good earlier this year.
Jake said Landry said you are going to the draft in Indiana. Pretty sure it's in Pittsburgh next year. I'm going to combine.
Jake, come on.
I'm going to combine, brother.
We're going to the scouting combine in February. We're not going to the draft in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we're going to the combine. Draft. Booked. Indiana. Combine. Boom.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So you asked a couple of questions as this Chiefs game approaches about the safety. Is it really Miles Bryant and Jalen Mills at safety?
I mean, I know the transaction wire's out, so I'd maybe have to sift through it, but I haven't seen Alpha Aaron report any workouts.
Hey, bro. Alpha Aaron here.
And we know Jalen Reed's not going this week. He's got a broken metal plate in his arm. But I mean, Miles Bryant, Jalen Mills, that's it. Like, I don't know. That can't be it, right?
It can be if they expect Jalen Reed to be back.
Sure. How quick can you come back from breaking the metal plate in your forearm?
Where's my man, the crazy SOB at? Is he still on the Bengals practice squad?
Oh, Russ Yeast?
Psycho? Is Psycho Yeast available? Can we bring Psycho Yeast back and just fight everybody?
Oh, Russ Yeast. Let's see. He is still on the Bengals practice squad.
Yeah, get him back, man. Let's just fight everybody.
He is still on the Bengals practice squad.
Mean son of a bitch, man. That dude was fighting everybody at camp.
Huh.
He was like a bully at recess.
I don't hate that idea.
Yeah, bring back Russ Yeast. Free Russ Yeast. Bring him back. Shout out to TDECU. They don't need to fight because they're 1 of 1. Cody, you got that Texans debit card. How's it treating you?
It's fantastic. I got it right here next to me. Boom.
Show the back.
No, I'm not showing the back.
Oh, what the back looks like. They need to know what the back looks like.
The back's nice and red.
No, move it up.
It's got battle. Move the card up.
Move it up. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what it looks like on the front. That's what you care about there. The TDCU Texans debit card, which comes with lots of perks. And being a member at TDCU comes with lots of perks as well. Tons of different checking account options for you, savings account options. If you've got a business account somewhere, TDCU would love to have that with you as well. And again, membership's required. They're insured by the NCUA, but they can do more with your money than other places can because they're a credit union. And they're your credit union. When you are a member there, you get the 15% off the online team store with the Texans debit card. You can find out all those advantages and perks of that card, tdcu.org/Texans. You get the process started right there online or 15 greater Houston area locations. You can walk in. I was in and out in less than 20 minutes getting signed up and getting my Texans debit card in less than 20 minutes at TDCU brick and mortar, or get it going online at tdcu.org/Texans.
All right, there you go. So I went to the mall today and I went to the movies and I have some takes.
Did you go to the movie theater at the mall?
I went to the movie theater at the mall.
Okay.
Out here in the Memorial City Mall. Big fan of that mall, by the way. I got some takes. They might start. Some people might disagree, but I think the Texans can kind of use the mindset of a certain place in the mall. We'll talk about that in a sec. Let's go to the chat though, real quick. Gavin King lifts. I believe you right there. I believe you, my friend. He says,
Scott Steiner.
Big Papa Pump. He says the Chiefs are much scarier than the last 4 teams we've beat. Obviously, I have faith in the Texans defense to keep them in the game. But what are the odds of the offense overcoming Nick Caley to win? That's what they're going to have to do against teams like the Chiefs.
I believe there are things from the performance against the Colts that you could build on that will be better in this game against the Chiefs.
Smell that? Cody's about to pick the Texans over the Chiefs. Get it over with. Get it over with.
Why are you so obsessed with who I pick?
Get it over with. Do it. Get it over with. Come on.
Go ahead and burn that timeout. You're not getting me offsides.
Do it.
Go ahead. Keep hard counting.
Come on. Just say it.
Just take your delay of game and your 5 yards and punt the ball.
Just say it. You know you want to. Go ahead and say it. Texans are going to beat the Chiefs. Say it, Cody.
Prediction Sunday morning on Houston football.
All right. There you go. There you go. What movie did I see? We saw Zootopia 2. 2-year-old man. So I have a couple mall obs. And again, to reset, Texans playoff chances if they beat the Chiefs, 85%. This is per the athletic playoff model. Chances if they lose to the Chiefs, 46%. So not too bad.
Still decent.
Chiefs playoff chances with the win, 51%.
Only 5% better than a Texans loss.
And then ding dong, the Chiefs are dead because their playoff chances will be 11% if the Texans beat them. So you can send the Chiefs home. I have some mall obs.
Okay, give it
that
to me.
That I think I need to put out there. Number one, mall ob number one is there is nothing more like soothing when it comes to people watching than going to the mall. You see every group of people from like every generation of like life just like enjoying themselves, or you see them stressed out, you see them at their worst. Like mall people watching and mall observing is the best. 100% the best, especially during Christmas. Very much enjoy it. And I think the joy is there because you got the daughter running around leading you. She's at the age where she's kind of trying to lead you. Observation number 2. If the Texans want to win this game against the Kansas City Chiefs and they want to hustle and they want to take pride in themselves and they want to try to make a run, they need to have the same passion that employees at Asian places in the food court have. My God, there is so much heart, whether it's the one on this side or that side. They're hustling, trying to give you samples. They're the friendliest people. They're trying to get you to try stuff. They're offering for you to try stuff. Like just the spirits of the staff at the Chinese restaurants, the Asian restaurants in the food court. Because at Memorial they got dueling and they're competing. They both got it going. If the Texans put that much heart into the logo on the side of the helmet as they do at the Asian spots in the food court at the mall, they're winning by 30 on Sunday.
I do love a bourbon chicken sample at the food court's Asian place. I do love that.
Yes.
Man. And I bet you they load. I bet you get a side and 2 entrees, and I bet you they load that thing up.
Yeah, you got the noodles, the rice. You got to make the decision.
Noodles every time.
They're trying to push it. They're trying to say, "Hey, try. Yes. I will. I'll figure it out." And then you kind of like scouting, trying to figure it out. So you got that. And then observation number 3. So I originally got tickets to the 3D showing, and I was just like, "This is too much. Like this is too much for daughter. Why does anyone need the 3D experience with the glasses? Like, what are we doing? Like, what is the point of that? With how good pictures are these days, like what is the point of that?" We went to luckily there was a showing 15 minutes later, so we went to the normal. I don't want to wear some effing 3D glasses and sit there and look with this thing like a foot away from me. What is that? I could see you doing something corny like that and going and waiting in line in your costume or whatever, but I don't understand it.
Yeah. When have I ever worn a fucking costume to the theater?
For X-Men.
I went and watched X-Men one time. Oh, geez. Wow, that's crazy. Me and millions of other people.
No, but what is the point of these 3D glasses?
I don't know. I don't like 3D.
Gives me a headache. I tried. I was like, man, let's get out of here.
The more basic the theater experience is in the theater, the better. I don't need a waiter bringing me food. I don't need the chair rumbling. I don't need, super sound or whatever the hell that is. Give me the and then occasionally maybe there's something I need to go see at IMAX, but usually it's shot for IMAX. I don't need 3D.
Dude, I don't know what was going. Like I was like, okay, we'll try this. Oh my god, like I couldn't barely walk afterwards. I don't get it. I don't get it. There's people like sitting there. No, I use Fandango, but I do like buying at the box office every once in a while. For sure. And I ask them if they have a senior discount. They usually turn me down.
There is. I mean, going to the theater like a new release Friday evening, waiting in line to get up to the ticket counter and being like, "Hey, can I get 2 tickets to blah blah blah?" and hoping they're not sold out. Like,
man, but now they're like, "All right, here you go. Let me flip this around for you. Which seat would you like, Carol? Click the seat that you would like."
Yeah, I don't like to pick the seats.
God, it's a lot going on now. Maybe
You want the seat you want. Get there early. Sit there before the previews start. Watch the previews.
I might be a Tuesday matinee guy with the Texans off on Tuesday. I might just be a Tuesday matinee guy. I wish they would step up and like start showing good movies. I think it's weird how they like had like Wedding Crashers at the movies. It's like, brother, like what are we doing? Like I get it, like it's a classic and stuff. They're re-putting Top Gun in the theater and stuff. It's like I don't need it like that. Like do something new.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't need to rewatch Wedding Crashers in the movie theater because there's some like amazing moment that looks better in a theater.
Yeah, you got to figure something out. BB's tomorrow. Someone's asking. BB's not tomorrow on Friday. Yeah,
Friday in Kingwood, not tomorrow in Brownwood.
Yeah, Friday in Kingwood. So
Friday in Kingwood.
Yeah, there it is. More on the chat. Evan says, "I will say it again. If we win it all, fire Kaylee." So he wants Kaylee fired even if they win a Super Bowl.
Hell, at this point, Penn State might have to hire Nick Caley to be their head coach.
Boy, they can't get nobody. You see how many commitments they have for signing day?
5.
Yeah, they have 5 commitments, and the BYU coach said no, thank you. They're in bad spot.
You know who's ahead of them in recruiting rankings? Harvard.
Yeah, I saw that. Harvard.
Disgusting. Yeah, the BYU coach said no thanks because the crumble cookie empire stepped up and found a bunch of money for him.
Oh, really? They got bread like that?
The crumble cookie people are BYU supporters.
Do you watch Mormon Wives at all?
I don't watch Mormon Wives.
You should.
Am I missing something?
Good show. Good reality show. MacDad 84. They swing a lot. They got a lot of drama. I think they're in season 3. You can catch up pretty quickly. You know, we started Below Deck. We're big Bravo fans. We started Below Deck like 4 weeks ago. Got through 7 seasons.
Whew.
We're getting through there.
Do you have a favorite captain yet?
Sandy so far, but I haven't seen the other guy yet. We haven't started the regular. We're in Mediterranean. Gotcha. MacDad84 says, "I'd love for us to handle Mahomes the way we tormented Josh Allen. Mama, there go that man."
Pull that off, and I mean, they won't stop talking about this defense.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
D'Amico going to have to rip the TVs out of the facility, so they don't see them. They don't see them all over everything.
Texans contender will be used on all the hot take shows. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's no doubt about that, for sure. Someone says Cody watches a different Mormon Wives. Yes, he does.
Cody watches a different Mormon Wives.
Patrick King says that. Your searches.
What does that even mean?
Your website, your searches that you.
That doesn't give me the results I need.
Yeah, the searches that you have been known to upload during Texans practice.
What? just making lies.
All right, we appreciate everyone for rolling through. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like. Be sure to ride along. It's been a fun Tuesday. This is a fun week for sure. And we're going to cap it off at BB's with you in Kingwood this Friday. We're going to get to spend every Friday with you this month, except obviously Christmas week. So every Friday from BB's to Spanky's to BB's and then back to Spanky's. It's going to be fun. And things are shaping up nicely. And we're in this together no matter what, off season, in season. But this could potentially be one of the more special seasons that the Texans have had, and it starts Sunday with a W against Kansas City. Subscribe, like, ride along. Always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, whether you're rocking 3D glasses or not, we're all in it together.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Can't believe you denied the costume, brother.
I never wore a costume to the theater.
Okay, Cyclops.